if you've got a young sprog, some of the hardest moments can be, for example, them getting them to eat. So what about we have...
Yeah, so using a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Don't just be like, oh yeah, put the baby feed in the thing. Oh, here comes the airplane. There we go, done. Instant feed.
But you have to like time it. And if the kid, like, oh, you're ready, you've pulled the trigger, the kid looks away.
Oh, Jesus. Having trouble feeding your kids, just shoot them in the face with a boot gun. Hello, and welcome to Win Stupid Prizes, the show where we ask the questions that nobody thought were worth asking. I'm Eddie, and I'm joined today by a 3-course meal, which is Paul.
Bacon and eggies!
Jamie.
I have a sweet tooth, so you'll know which one I want to pick.
And our judge this episode is Alex.
And of course, I'm the main course. That's why everyone's here.
Hell yeah, baby. All right, Alex, what have you got for us this episode?
Well, as you know, I've been involved in a lot of businesses, and my current venture, we have the lads down in R&D who's been replaced by one lad down in R&D, and that is this guy called Wallace. And so we've kind of got like this guy who's inventing lots of shit, and we just want it taken off our hands. So we'd love to give you free access to one of his inventions, but you do have to tell me how you would use them. So the question, of course, is how would you use one of Wallace's inventions?
I claim the gunk gun.
The gunk gun?
The gunk gun.
To clarify, you mean Wallace of Wallace and Gromit, right?
Yeah, Wallace of Wallace and Gromit.
Right, just for the viewers.
Could you not tell by Paul idly humming the tune in the background the
I got
entire
that,
time Alex was
but
speaking?
I don't know about all of our viewers necessarily, so I just want to clarify Wallace of Wallace and Gromit, one of his inventions.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
Yes.
Wallace and Gromit is a very British thing.
Yeah, that is a good point.
It is genuinely lovely.
We just got this lad from Yorkshire called Wallace.
He's a good lad. He makes some stuff. It often goes wrong. It's a great time. We'd recommend.
Yeah.
He is made of plasticine.
Anyway, gunk gun. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right, yes, the gunk gun. So the gunk gun starts out as a gun for shooting washing suds, doesn't it, for their window washing business?
Oh, that thing.
But then is used by accident, I think, to fire porridge, or it ends up firing porridge at some point. So clearly it is a versatile piece of equipment that can take any sort of ammunition, is relevant so long as it is gunk.
Liquid-ish.
Liquid with bits.
Liquid with bits.
I see you've had porridge before, sir.
So, I think, so as is normal, I think a lot of this is going to be not just what we would use it for, but clearly like a marketable product. Something that could be taken forward by not just ourselves, but other people.
Like the way you think, Paul.
And there is one group of people in the world which there is barely any marketing done towards, and that is people that are absolutely massive, that want to get absolutely ripped.
Oh, that kind of massive.
Massive. You know, they've got beef for arms.
Beefcakes.
Chunky.
Hen.
No, beaker boys.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, there is being a... Jack?
They're jacked. They're absolutely
Oh,
jacked.
right. Got you. Okay.
That's because they look like Jack. You know,
Yeah.
Jack, the other character of Wallace and Gromit that we've never mentioned before.
Yeah, Jim Jack.
I was like, this is a Jack and Daxter reference? I don't even know what that is.
No, I'm just saying Jack ripped. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
I've derailed this completely.
You really have. It's fine.
Jack is not ripped in the Jack and Daxter sound.
He is not.
Skinny boy.
Jack and the Beanstalk, though.
Oh, that boy cut down a whole beanstalk with his bare hands and an axe.
And bare hands and an axe. Right, okay.
With his bare axe.
Carried an egg bigger than him.
Blimey, getting this back on the rails has taken a while, isn't it?
Anyway, new invention.
This tram has gone off the rails and we're going down the freaking high street.
Paul, gunk me up. Explain to me how I gunk.
Okay, so
Yeah,
for
what
some
viscous
reason,
liquid are you shooting at Jim Bros?
For some reason, this particular collector of individuals really likes making everything incredibly efficient to a point where they don't really eat anymore. They consume, without mentioning a name, but they consume a fuel of some variety. Some sort of...
Do you mean protein shakes?
Yeah, you know, they've got this meal subsistence thing because they've gone, you know what, I don't have time for food. When I'm eating, I'm not gaining.
I see.
And from that point of view, I think they've managed to work out how to get food into the most flavourless, disgusting form possible that they can just consume. So all we now need to do is get it into them as fast as possible. And this is where the gunk gun comes in.
Oh, the most efficient way of getting food into someone, a gun.
Just, you know, it is. We need to reduce the eating time. We've reduced the cooking time to pretty much nothing. We've reduced the enjoyment of the experience to pretty much nothing. Now we need to do is condense the time it takes to eat the thing. I'm saying eat. I don't know. Eat, drink,
Consume.
Yeah.
Okay, so quick question. Are we making loads of these guns and selling them to the gym bros to have in their kitchen, and they just press a button and they get a shot of protein shake?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Or
like
are we
in
setting up at the
kitchens.
gym with a protein gun to the side that they can put a coin into and get a shot?
Well, no, not put a coin into. When you lift the bar up, you get a bit of protein.
We need them to pay, Alex.
They get paid through their gym membership surcharge.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the gyms can pay us for the product, and then the gyms can do whatever they want and charge and just up their membership fees.
Yeah.
Or maybe is it a bit of both?
With our Premium Plus gym tier, you get access to the food gun.
Gun.
Yes, sorry, the gun.
The used by multiple people gunk gun.
Open your mouth.
Just put your lips right on the nozzle, it'll be fine.
Remember to wipe down afterwards.
Oh.
Or stand on the other side of the room and take your chances.
It's incredibly accurate, right? I know, I don't know. For comedic value, it messes up at times, I think.
I believe it's very accurate to the size of a face.
Yeah.
Is it the same device that shoots jam in the breakfast sequence?
Probably.
It might be.
Almost certainly.
Pretty similar.
Because that one hits a piece of toast mid-air accurately and then knocks it onto a plate, which is impressive. If it's that device, we're fine.
You've picked the right market to pitch into here, I think, because they are all about more efficiency. Like you pointed out, the food they have is the most efficient form of food, but their method of eating it is still sip it one bit at a time. It's the right way to pitch it.
To be fair, there's other ranges of things this could be done with, but then they're sort of like at that point, which is like it has to be gunk. That's the thing. I think otherwise
Eggs.
we're entering into egg emulsions. So I wasn't thinking of eggs, but here we are, I guess, because we have to make sure we don't enter into like the super soaker territory, because otherwise, that we'll be sued for that.
It's just a stream of gunk.
Like, no, there's no liquids. It has to be gunk. It has to be, have some sort of matter to it.
Yeah, because otherwise you just put a big hamster bottle there and then they'd just be like, sup.
Yeah.
Like, we have to have it to be a little bit gunky, otherwise the competitors' products will tear us apart.
Our niche in the market only ever gets outdone when the next inventor comes up with an IV drip for gunk.
Oh, you never have to stop to do anything at all.
You never have to have it go down your
You
gullet.
don't even have to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
You are constantly gunking.
Yes.
Gunk straight into your veins.
Delicious. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
I do love my IVG.
Okay. I realize I haven't been laughing much except that I'm just kind of put off by this idea.
But you want the target market, Jamie.
I already have an insulin pump, so I'm already getting some of the gunk into my body.
I hope your insulin isn't gunky.
It's really not gunky.
Good,
It's
okay.
in fact the opposite of gunky.
Chunky?
And that's why the insulin pump works. So, I mean, we'll have to work on that. But we don't have to work on that because we're doing
Guns.
fire it at your face and open your mouth.
If gunk is liquid with a little bit of bits, I think you've just implied that insulin is solid with a little bit of liquid.
Gunk is just viscous liquid. It doesn't have bits. It's like gooey.
Well, porridge came up, and
the porridge is gooey.
protein shake does have like little bits still in it.
I guess.
Maybe just like leftover powder more than anything else.
I think there are also some other alternative markets to this, because although I haven't personally experienced this in my life, there's a classic thing of if you've got a young sprog, some of the hardest moments can be, for example, getting them to eat. So what about we have...
Yeah, so using a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Don't just be like, oh yeah, put the baby feed in the thing. Oh, here comes the airplane. There we go, done. Instant feed.
But you have to time it. And if the kid you're ready, you've pulled the trigger, the kid looks away.
Oh, Jesus. Having trouble feeding your kids? Just shoot them in the face with one food gun.
Yeah, make more of a mess. Thanks.
They make more of a mess. There's probably a slightly increased choking hazard, but don't worry, we'll work on that one.
Oh, also, if the kid ever gets the gun, you're asking for the messiest kitchen ever.
I mean, it's probably not going to make much more mess than they were anyway.
You have a kid, you're asking for the messiest kitchen ever already.
We haven't armed them with a goo gun.
Yeah, but it will run out of ammo eventually. Come on. Like, if you've left it loaded, that's on you.
Well, no, you're feeding the kid, the phone rings, you put the gun down.
Basic gunk gun safety. Do not leave it loaded. Lock it up in a safe place. And safety? I don't know.
Leave it high and out of reach of kids.
You get distracted.
We'll put all these disclaimers on the box so it's not our fault.
Talking about not leaving it loaded, the contraption here, is it dishwasher safe? Because otherwise you've got a
Yes.
long... No No further questions. It's dishwasher safe.
No. We'll sell a cleaning fluid that you can run through the gun.
By shooting
Ooh.
it.
The gunk and the gun are actually quite cheap, but the cleaning fluid is fucking
fluid.
pricey.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Subscription fee for cleaning fluid.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
we just go back to the start. All it is just washing up liquid.
We don't tell them what it is, Paul.
Well,
That's
yeah, of
part
course
of the
not.
marketing plan.
I love it. I want to follow. No, not finishing that sentence.
I want to be shot in the hang on. All right, it's really funny that you mentioned getting kids to eat food more efficiently, Paul,
Yep.
because boy, do I have one of Wallace's inventions for you.
I don't like where this is going.
Are you aware of the mind manipulation-O-Matic, which Wallace uses to stop rabbits from wanting to eat carrots?
Oh, yes, I remember. And this is a thing he tries to use to make sure he stops having an addiction to cheese.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying, the original origin is to self-use, yeah.
Yeah, that was the original point. So, if we can stop people wanting to eat things, we can also make people start wanting to eat things.
Okay.
Sure.
So, we capture a bunch of kids, we put them in the box,
Yep.
I love plans that start like this.
Let him cook.
and then Wallace or equivalent individual puts on the brain thingy and is like, you kids, you fucking love vegetables. You want to eat all the dang vegetables. And we send that mind wave brain blast to them, and now the kids will eat their damn vegetables.
Doesn't the device need to remove the desire for vegetables from one person to be able to implant it into other people?
I don't think that's strictly true, because he just like thinks you don't want carrots anymore. That doesn't stop Wallace eating carrots, right?
Doesn't he remove the desire? He takes the desire for cheese out of himself and it ends up in a rabbit.
Does he do that? I guess he does also take the carrots out of them and put it in, and he does love carrots himself.
It moves ideas around, but it can do multiple at once.
I think that's one event where it goes wrong. Like something happens where his mind gets put, a bit of his mind for desire for cheese gets put in a rabbit, and the desire for carrots gets put in Wallace. But he's done that to hundreds of rabbits before without it going wrong. So something changed.
I think it may have just been one big go, and like one of the rabbits gets sucked into like the tube or something, and that's where it goes wrong, quite possibly. But anyway.
Also, I'd sacrifice one adult's desire for vegetables to make many kids want to eat their vegetables. Yeah.
Here we go, right? Because what we have is a perfect partnership with our gunk gun. Gym bros do not eat vegetables, as we just established. They eat gunk.
Oh, they eat protein.
I see.
Gunk vegetables, vegetable gunk.
We just
sometimes.
plug in a gym bro into the box with the kids on the other end. The gym bro doesn't want to eat vegetables anyway, so supplants that thought into the kids' brains and takes away their not wanting to eat vegetables because he just eats gunk anyway.
It just wants protein.
This is a perfect partnership. The kids may not want protein, but that's like that'll be a side effect.
I must admit that the need for protein sounds like you get cannibalized kids. I need protein.
We're not trying to give them a need for protein, though. That's not on the agenda. The gym bro just has to stay focused.
Okay, right. The gym bro has to stay focused. Got it. Okay. And we need to have a trained individual.
So the gym bro is lifting whilst doing this.
Yeah, listening to a motivational podcast at the same time.
Quick question on this, Ron. How are we businessifying this?
Well, obviously, parents have such a hard time getting their kids to eat vegetables.
Oh, you make the parents pay. Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
I thought you were doing it out of the good of your own heart for a minute there.
No, it's a subscription service.
to be fair, like at some point, if the technology goes a certain way, maybe it will become an NHS treatment for those that are struggling with different, conditions.
Oh, government contract. I like your style.
Like every time parents want kids to do something, Oh, you want to do your homework.
There we go.
Side effects, we're going to end up with a lot more accidental were creatures. I don't know what a were gym bro is, but we'd end up with one of them by accident.
The full moon comes out and you just start lifting.
The gym bro becomes a were child.
Yeah, well, the gym bro becomes a were child, and one child becomes a were gym bro, and every full moon, I don't know, goes and pumps and begins lifting his bed up and down during the night.
These are risks we have to take for science.
I don't know. A gym bro singing Skibbity Toilet at me is pretty fucking terrifying.
God. Oh, no.
Just don't go out in a full moon, Alex. Like a fifth of the country wear something now.
I live near a multitude of gyms. I'm very scared.
All right. Can I pitch a slightly different idea to you with the same invention?
Okay, yeah.
We know it works on rabbits.
Yeah.
Sure.
We make rabbits fucking love stock trading and make an absolute mint out of a bunch of business rabbits.
I see.
I will have to sacrifice my love of stock trading. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
You know, I think you've just made bots with extra steps.
Okay, but they're not bots.
Yeah, are these rabbits actually good at stock trading is the question.
They'll get lots of practice.
Or will they just buy carrots?
They'll learn.
How will they learn?
Look, okay, follow-up question. Is anyone good at stock trading?
Some people say,
Supposedly.
and it's not just all insider trading, right?
I think they found out, like a chicken, they bought the stocks where it pooped over like a 24-hour period, did as well as like professional stock traders. So I don't think anyone has a real good handle on the stock market.
It is all just vibes, right?
It's all just vibes.
Are we infinite monkeys, infinite typewriting a way to win the stock market?
That's basically what I'm aiming for, yeah.
I haven't studied much economics, but something in the back of my head tells me that ain't going to work. Just watch this.
Look, we don't know until we tried it.
Come down to my place. I got a bunch of rabbits in a basement.
Okay, so this one is less about selling a product and this one's just playing the stock market. I guess you could get the rabbits to be into stock trading and then you could like sell them in batches to companies to replace their traders on Wall Street. Yeah, right. You could just sell batches of rabbits to companies that are like hiring people to trade on the market and just replace that entire department with rabbits.
I could do, but I think there is more money in just having it. Because you know that like
Depends if it goes well or not.
there was a really big moment where like someone said I made like a internet connection that was like a 10th of a second faster, and they like made an absolute killing until they like had to regulate the internet speeds.
Yes, so there is actually a really long cable that's wound around. This is not a joke.
This is
It's
not a
wound
joke.
around a few times so that everyone gets.
Like stocks at the same time.
I've never paid attention to the stock market.
But the point is, being like fractions of a second faster actually matters in stock trading. And because rabbits are faster than people, they can be that fraction of a second faster. Get there just a few cents early, you know, buy a few cents cheaper, sell it just that couple cents higher, make millions just by being that little fraction faster. So I actually don't want to sell them. Actually, scrap this idea from the podcast. This idea is too good to mention to everybody.
Well, I do have a fatal flaw.
No, you don't. You're perfect, baby.
Because you know what hunts rabbits. We can't get rid of him. It's the Wolf of Wall Street.
No! Oh, I have to kill Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh no, whatever will we do?
25-year-old women everywhere suddenly breathe a sigh of relief.
It's okay, he got his Oscar, didn't he? He can go happy.
He's had a good run, right?
Come on, Jamie, save us from this particular moment.
I'm gonna save this. I would like to take inspiration from the best Wallace and Gromit media.
The Game Boy game.
There's a Game Boy game?
I made that up. I have no idea.
Anyway, I'd like to take inspiration from the best piece of Wallace and Gromit media, A Grand Day Out.
Okay, look, the first piece of Wallace Gromit media, no less.
It might also be the first. I love that one. The main invention I want to focus on is the moon rocket itself. Now, I know the world has moon rockets. We've been to the moon. They get there real easy. Most importantly, I want to take their idea one step further. They go there, they need cheese, right?
I guess so.
They are
yes.
going for cheese.
Now, let me ask you, is the moon infinitely big?
Yes.
No.
Hang on. Trick question.
Not as such.
No. Okay, so the cheese on the moon that the moon is made of is an extremely limited resource.
Sure.
Extremely limited.
I don't know how extremely, but yeah, it's a limited resource.
If we bring it back and sell it using the moon rocket, we have the most limited edition cheese possible that will someday run out, and it could be the most like bougie cheese possible, and we can sell it at a premium, special moon cheese, perfect business model, and by the time we run out, we'll have made our billion.
Okay, so here's the thing, Jamie. If you'd come up with this idea 20 years ago, maybe. But now every billionaire and their mum is going into space.
Yeah, but they're just about getting to space. The moon rocket just gets to the moon in like a day, like immediately.
I was thinking, like, I would respect these billionaires so much more if they just came out and said, now the real plan for, like, my space exploration mission is actually just to get that moon cheese.
Yeah, moon cheese.
Like, you know what, buddy? I respect it.
We get that moon cheese, and then we get that moon cheese.
Yeah.
Holla,
holla.
Although there is a bit of a space race going on now, maybe this is the catalyst that gets off the next space race again. The exploration of the stars is going to be fueled by the concept of other cheeses that might be found on other moons.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, we've got our own
Yeah,
moon.
there are lots of moons out there.
But, you know, head to... Does Mars have a moon? I think it has a moon.
Mars has two.
Phobos and Deimos.
Oh, there we go.
Fear and Panic.
Lovely. Now, that's a good name for a cheese. Fear and Panic are good names for cheeses.
I think that, I forget the exact name of the moon, Enceladus?
What?
There's a moon called like Enceladus or something, but it looks like enchiladas, and I'm like, that would have the best tasting cheese, I reckon.
Lovely, okay.
We start with our moon, and I think because of the premium we can sell this cheese at, and we can get there first because all of the other current space programs aren't even getting that far. We can get there, we can make our millions or billions or whatever selling moon cheese to rich people who enjoy the concept of sort of destroying the natural world as they have their product, right?
Yeah,
Yes, they do love that.
Yeah. And then we've made all our millions and billions by the time the other space programs catch up. They might find other cheeses out there, but we've got the moon first. It's ours, and we've done that. And once we've made our money, I don't need my second billion.
Jamie, but once you get that first billion, you're going to want that second billion.
There's enough moon cheese, I think, to make multiple. Like, I think we can all get there.
Yeah, but once you get that multiple, you're going to want more. You know what I'm saying?
So I have had thought, and this is an interesting one, and this is a market area that maybe we need to consider, but ultimately, perhaps, the thing about about moon cheese is it is the only cheese that can be argued as truly vegan.
Yeah, it just exists.
Because it is just a big rock.
Oh.
Yeah, and that makes it even more expensive.
That is a unique selling point. So, to expand this idea further, Jupiter has 95 moons.
Yeah, sure.
We create a moon blind box.
That's more than I thought.
Where you don't know which moon you're getting.
Okay, I like how you think.
Oh, that's really good.
You might get Ganymede, you might get Europa, you might get one of the common ones.
Like, ooh, I got Titan. Haven't had that one before.
You might get enchiladas.
Ooh, you might get the enchiladas.
Enceladus. It's Enceladus.
Yeah, okay, so we can use the moon rocket to our moon to then fund the endeavor to do the other ones if needed, right?
You can get cheese from your year, but from a moon that was discovered in your year. I don't know, you get the enchiladas moon if you were born in 1789. You get your cheese is pretty good, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's set to make its billions and then be done if needed. I don't know. It seems reasonable business. Oh, also, I want to meet the robot on the moon. I love him. I want to make friends with him.
Oh, yeah.
You're destroying his habitat.
He could be our mascot.
It's not vegan anymore. You've destroyed this robot's habitat.
Oh, this is a cracking episode, isn't it, pal? And here's a weird fact for you. You're listening to this in 2025, but I'm recording this in 2024. How's that for time travel? But I know there's a lot going on in the world at the moment, so whatever state your year is currently in, I hope you're doing okay. And if this episode has given you a few laughs, I hope you listen to a few more of the backlog. We got 47 of these bad boys at this point, and I know it would really mean a lot to me if you did listen to a couple more. Like, to be honest with you, our most played episode has less than 100 listens, and so any amount that you do really has a big impact on the numbers that I can see, and it would mean so much to me if you did listen to a couple more. But anyway, thanks for indulging me, and now I'll let you get back to whatever nonsense Paul is about to bring to the table.
Right, okay, I'm going to get this back to being a bit more grounded.
Are you sure?
I know what you're about to say.
Who knows? Right, so the invention I'm bringing is the Knit-O-Matic. It's the big machine that shears sheep
Yeah, okay, yeah.
and makes jumpers. That is great.
They really do just put O-Matic on the end of a bunch of things, don't they?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's automatic.
You know, Wallace is a creative inventor. He's not good at naming things.
Yeah, okay.
I think you'll find he's great at naming things. His businesses are phenomenal names.
But at some point during its use, it gets converted into a tinned meat machine
It does.
by
Oh, yeah.
the evil dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what I want to do is combine the two because, and this is a product market which we haven't experienced before.
Into a meat knitting machine.
No. That's an interesting idea, but no.
No, it's not.
What I want it to do is that I think you should be able to get canned knitwear. This is the bit where, you get all the knitting, it makes you a nice jumper, and then it just shrinks it all down and puts it in a can. Boom, canned knitwear. Stocking, wake up on Christmas morning, open it, oh, I've got a tin, break out the Kino, put bam, Christmas jumper.
Sorry. Oh, my brain is breaking. The method we currently have of selling knitwear is to put it on coat hangers in shops.
But in tinnies.
Let's add a need for metal to store it on shelves instead.
Yeah.
Think of the space museum.
It's so much more compact.
It's denser. Think about, have you ever needed to throw a jumper at someone? Now you can do it in a can. So much easier to throw.
Oh no, that person who's stuck on a mountain looks really cold. Quick, we're going to airdrop in some cans of jumpers.
You know how, big American football games, they have those T-shirt guns? Fuck it. Put it with a can.
Oh, Jesus.
No, they're deadly.
Oh, my God.
I like how your blatant disregard for health and safety is a running theme over this episode, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, why are both of your suggestions just guns?
Oh, no. This isn't a gun. No, that was a side project.
No, but you've incorporated it into a gun very quickly. It makes me wonder what your real motivations are here.
Paul wants the military funds from, like, the MOD or something to fund the business endeavour.
Oh, he's probably going to get them as well. No, I think my Manipulation-O-Matic might get it, actually.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
I think the world of fast fashion could really use with everything being displayed in a can.
Well, the dropshippers would love it.
It's fast. It is recyclable. Cans are recyclable.
Yeah.
You have a recycling scheme. You put the cans back in and you get, 50p off your next jumper.
Oh, so okay. So what? The catwalk model comes out in just underwear, and then someone fires a can at them, and it hits the clothes on them, and now they're doing the walk down in the knitwear.
You're just blatting them with a can at that point.
Wait, even better. Clothes gacha machines, because they're small. You have a gacha machine. You put some money in, you turn the handle, and a can drops out, and you don't know what you're getting.
Oh yes, we'll just add gambling to everything.
Yeah, the best business model.
Make clothes shopping a loot box.
They're cheap, but you don't know which one.
Oh, Primark loves this idea.
Yeah.
They're all labelless cans. It's up to you. I don't know what you're going to get, buddy, but they're all £5.
I think we can get some of the cans even smaller if we do, instead of having, a baked bean can, we manage to squish it down to, a tuna can size. You might need to do some post-production afterwards where you get,
That's for crop tops, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's either for smaller items of wear, or it's like a really shrunk-down jumper, so you have to, do a bit of a boil in the bag afterwards to, reinflate it a bit.
Dehydrated knitwear. Perfect.
Just add water. Instant jumper.
Boil in a bag knitwear. This works really well with the space rocket idea. They got to take their food up in a rehydratable bag now. They can take their clothes up in rehydratable tins.
Oh, what am I going to wear today? Goes to the kitchen.
Space travel, submarines. This is really good for festivals.
What, you just open your cans of clothes?
Really good for going on holiday, apart from the metals. We'll ignore that for a moment.
Wait, does this actually stretch to non-knitwear? Because currently, in my head, what I'm imagining is a bunch of different types of clothes, but it is a Knit-O-Matic. Does that mean everyone at the festival is going to be wearing knitwear?
Oh, that's really cute.
Have you been to a festival?
I mean, mostly what I mean is a lot of knitwear is quite chunky compared to other lighter things, say cotton or whatever. Also, I'm allergic to wool.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, this is the first level. At some point, we'll invent the nylon-o-matic.
Yeah, right. But if you can get cotton, if you can get this machine to do thinner materials as well, it opens up so many more clothing opportunities, right?
Yeah, you probably don't have the Burning Man market with knitted wool, but you've probably got British music festivals.
I'm gonna start yarning, man.
I think ultimately, the first wave. I think once we get our first 100 million, then we can begin investing in the R&D for the other sort of lines of clothing.
Sure, yeah.
We'll have some good market research there. What's working well, what doesn't. I think probably again we'll go to football t-shirts first because that took off really well.
They would buy cans and lob them around at each other and then be like, "Oh no, I've picked up an Arsenal shirt. I'm not an Arsenal supporter." You got beamed in the head with the wrong t-shirt.
But they can add to their hooliganism. They can go to war with each other on the street.
I would like to point out that our entire R&D budget is Wallace.
Oh, good point. Yeah, he'll make it work. But yeah, the football fans can go to war on the street, and when they're facing off against other fans of other teams, they can shoot them with the can, and it puts them in the t-shirt or in the sports shirt of their team, and that's how you win the war, by converting people to your team by putting them into the appropriate sportswear.
You go through the home gate, you get a t-shirt.
This is a Mario Party mini game, isn't it?
It's paintballing with clothes.
I'm going to be honest with you. The technology involved in the can has clearly advanced. It literally started off with me saying I had to open it with a can opener and has become this device of immediate wear.
It's automatically deploying.
Yeah, this is why I said you got beamed in the head. I was like, I don't know where this is coming from.
This is fine by me. But...
If that happens, they don't mind because they just shot an opposing team's fan in the head with the can. They're like, oh, sweet.
And we know from football that the real goal of football is to kill all the opposing team's fans, so your team...
Yes, isn't it?
Honestly, some of them do seem like they're aiming... Like the idea of the anonymous donation boxes where you get tins without labels, and some of them are beans, some of them are just t-shirts.
Yeah,
I needed to eat today.
Yeah.
And some of them wanted clothes.
You might be able to get the wrong t-shirt in your can, but you know what you can always rely on, and that's the wrong trousers.
Way.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
fantastic.
Sorry, the wrong trousers-O-Matic. I forgot how Arnie. So I think that the wrong trousers are a fantastic invention, but they were used in absolutely the wrong way in the movie The Wrong Trousers, or the short film The Wrong Trousers, because they were mainly intended as a dog-walking thing, and then Feathers McGraw came along and had a pretty good idea with the whole bank heist situation, or diamond heist.
Wait, you're saying that's good?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Continue.
And so I think the Feathers McGraw was onto the right idea, but didn't think big enough.
Sure.
Why steal one diamond when we can rob, like, a whole bank full? These trousers are good. Don't just put sleeping Wallace in there, who isn't a professional bank heister. Put a professional bank heister in there, or someone who's good. Oh my god, I could put Tom Cruise in the trousers. He's good at impossible missions.
Wait,
Holy
what's his
shit.
name? What's his name in that movie? Ethan
Ethan Hunt?
Hunt? Yeah, sure. Put Ethan Hunt in there.
Put Ethan Hunt in the wrong trousers, because like then when you drop the diamond, rather than having a desperate grab for the thing on the floor, because Ethan Hunt never hits the floor. We know it from that movie.
So your inventional use is the same trousers used in the same manner, but with a competent person in.
Pretty much, right? It's a real winner, I think.
It's a valid argument, but wasn't like Birdie McSteely Face, I can't remember his name, wasn't he like walking on Wallace?
Feathers McGraw.
I was close enough.
Yeah, but like when he went upside down from the ceiling, which also Ethan Hunt is very good at, like he couldn't hang on to the wrong trousers. He was like coordinating it from the window. He just stood on his shoulder, hopped off the window to use the little remote control.
Yeah.
But if the person in the trousers is voluntarily doing that and willing to do it, you don't have to have the awkward joystick controls. You're going to have way more control, way more ability to use the gadgets, way more maneuverability, way more money to be made.
Wasn't half of the reason for that so Wallace took the fall?
Yeah, but like if he's willing, like
Oh, okay.
You don't get caught, right?
yeah, don't get caught.
Okay,
Exactly.
got it. Yeah,
it's
fair.
not a crime if you don't get caught.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the front to this? Because we've been making a bunch of businesses. What's the front that we're using to cover for what we're doing?
We're gonna sort of buy into the forced dog walking thing, automatic dog walking thing, and make it a forced exercise machine. Force people to get in the trousers and to walk themselves.
You're really being like very like I want to improve society today. I'm like make kids want to eat their vegetables, make people go for exercises.
Yeah.
I'm sort of my heart is warmed, shall I say?
Right, but both of these are fronts for my rabbit stock market and my heist machine.
I've been taken in.
Yeah, I've opened up charities for both these plans as a believable front for all the nefarious shit going on in the back. I also need that for the money laundering, so yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
I do have this sort of like mental image of like a row of these trousers at the base of Penny Fan, and just a load of people getting into it. They're just like they wouldn't walk it up themselves, but they just get in the trousers and it's like I've walked up Penny Fan. Like, they were compulsively moved up the.
Yeah, the problem that like people have with Peloton is that they still have to do it, right? Whereas if you have no choice but to do
Whereas
it,
if you're strapped in,
then Peloton's business model is flawless.
Right, you know when you get like racks of hireable electric bikes and stuff around town,
Yeah.
or electric scooters, etc. You just replace them with ranks of wrong trousers.
Yeah, burn calories and get where you're going.
Yeah.
I think we might need to wait a few years because at the moment I think it's still in the early development stage. I think at that point, once you know you've got Boston Dynamics on board and then you've got, you know, the running wrong trousers in comparison to the frog marching wrong trousers, then I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, a few iterations will help.
There are potentially some like transport uses for this because they can climb up walls, the wrong trousers as well. Like if you need to be on the bridge, but you're underneath the bridge and there happen to be some wrong trousers nearby, you just hop in there, tap your card, walk up the bridge, thank you very much, hop out the wrong trousers.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Or you get into it at a rank of them, you put in your destination, and rather than going along the road and taking turns, it just goes straight at the destination, walks up a building, across the roof, down the other side. And
As the crow flies.
yeah, as the crow flies, yeah.
As the crow flies, no, as the trousers walk.
Exactly.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And the unique selling point, of course, is the additional exercise.
Yeah.
As much as I'd love the plan, we will need to make some amendments to at least mean that it's water sealed. Otherwise, we're going to get a lot of bubbles as it decides to go through the Thames and it's on its way from the south to the northern side of the river.
Also, we have to provide like scuba diving gear just in a little compartment.
Yeah, the first few iterations are just like, oh no, a few people drowned, but we've worked out the kinks. Each one of trousers now comes with a scuba tank.
All of those like sky rooms, that like the top of skyscrapers go out of business just because there's just a crowd of people that just walked up the building to the top.
Just looking out, yeah.
Just a shard can't charge people exorbitant rates to go up the lifts now. They just walk up there.
Just a lot of people just having a very, very fancy dinner and just because it's just a coach group.
But then we can get companies to pay us to like make sure the trousers route around those particularly fancy spots. It'll become a subscription service to avoid walking into.
You get the tour guide companies to rent them so they can take the entire tour guide group up the side of the shard.
Yeah, because they do it on segways, but they can't go up.
Yeah.
So now, do it in wrong trousers, the third dimension opens up, maybe.
So on this, you do have to think about the most practical form of London transport, which is, of course, the cable car. And I think that's the big competitor here.
You're right.
Because you've already got the third dimension there, so we got to send our engineers to cut the cable or something like that.
Oh, no, wait, no, I've solved it right. You can get people stuck to the sides of the cable cars in the wrong trousers, and you can fit more people in. You work with them.
Ooh.
I think there's 2 cables that go across the river, so we just place like a big plank of wood all the way up so the trousers can just walk over the top of the cable car like cables.
Nice.
I think you've just reinvented a bridge, but moving on.
London needs some more of those.
You're right, I have just put a bridge over the top of the cable cars in the cheapest possible way.
That also solves the water problem, right?
Yeah, you just walk over the cable car.
Just use bridges. Yeah. Oh yeah, we solved the water problem with bridges.
Right, okay. I've kind of left this one till last because it's a few different bits and bobs together in one.
Cool.
We all remember Wallace's like getting up sequence, right? The alarm goes off.
Yeah, the Rube Goldberg machine.
The bed tilts down a chute, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Gets fed automatically with maybe the porridge gun, but it shoots jam onto toast.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different device. He drops through his trousers and stuff.
And yet Gromit still brings in the newspaper manually.
Yeah, there's a few other ones where he ends up in different places, I think, because it turns up a few times across the Wallace and Gromit stuff.
Deployed onto the motorbike with the sidecar.
Yeah, it's the Thunderbird shoots, I realise, before anyone just says I'm using the Thunderbird shoots.
Yeah, you delete that comment, I see you.
I want to use the entire getting up sequence one. I guess also into cars if needed. Specifically, I want to open a chain of hotels or motels or something where the night before you dial in what time you want to be at breakfast for or what time you want to be in the car for, and then at the appropriate time the next day, your bed tilts up, you're down the chute, through your clothes, land up in the breakfast hall, land in your vehicle. It can do your breakfast automatically as well, as we've seen from the waking up sequence if needed, so you can already put your order in the night before. The hotels can charge extra for this, I guess. We're running the whole thing, automatic getting up hotel/motel.
It is quite the wake-up call.
Oh, yes.
It helps the hotel if they've got a time they need to kick people out so they can do the room cleaning. That's amazing.
Right, yeah. It makes everyone actually hit their intended leaving times, which makes everything more efficient for turning it over for the next group of people.
There's probably a way to adapt this as well for like the wardrobes and things. So if people have hit their checkout time but haven't left yet, you just empty the wardrobes through a bunch of chutes.
Yeah, into their suitcases, into the back of the car.
Yeah, into their car.
Put them in the Knit-O-Matic so they've got a canned suitcase.
Cans your clothes for you, yeah.
Yeah, all your jumpers have been neatly tinned as you wanted.
Your laptop you left on the desk last night, I'm sorry.
Also, if you're on a journey with your kids or whatever, and the kids don't want to get up, you can have them deposited into their seats in the car while you go down for breakfast, and they can just sleep the whole way. They can go down the chute asleep, land in the car, still asleep. You can have your breakfast and then go out and leave.
This could be a Disneyland perk for one of the Disney parks. Like, you want to get to the park by opening time, your kids are a nightmare, we'll put them in the Mickey shuttle for you.
I thought you were going to have it like you can make the chutes into part of one of the rides, or like you can see the things as you go down the chute if they're like seashore or something.
Deposited straight onto Space Mountain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Skip the queues.
Want to be first in line for the queues? You can be first in the ride.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, there's a new Fast Pass coming to Disney.
For only $500.
Per ride.
Yeah, of course.
I do like the idea. I do wonder, though, what other things have to change to make the system work.
The building's much bigger.
Well, yes. I was actually going to go
smaller
down
on
the
the inside.
like. Yes, you do end up getting clothed if you go down the chute, but you're going to be quite lubed going down that tube as well. So you're going to be quite oily in
For some people, that could be an advantage.
Sure, but then adding clothes on top of that?
Wait, does Wallace get oil world on the way down? Did I miss like the R-rated sexy Wallace?
Hang on, Paul, when was the last time you went down a slide?
Yeah.
Oh, 2, and I didn't like it.
So about 80 years ago. Cool, fair enough.
Yes.
And then you would have required oil.
Baby lotion.
Modern slides, much less oil required.
So I think it's a fair point to say that like skin has a lot more friction to it than clothes.
Oh, I see.
That's why the bed tilts. He drops through the hole, through the clothes, and down the slide.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
As long as you sleep in your PJs.
Or do you need to not sleep in your PJs so you can jump straight into your trousers?
I think it works, but I think you're going to end up with like quite a lot of like expensive bedding. I think you need like low friction bedding.
Well, because the bedding he slips out the bed and the bedding stays on the bed, so it's pinned or something, I guess.
Yes, but he still needs to slip between the layers.
Yeah. Look, okay, I'm going to fall back on the same thing that the Wallace and Gromit does, which is comic logic. Basically, it works in the show. It's not really a show, is it? It works in Wallace and Gromit. Yeah. So surely it works here.
I think you're also missing the greatest competitor to this, which is obviously the Dick and Dom in Dub Bungalow wake-up system that automatically brushes their teeth.
Oh, automatically brushes their teeth? Crap. Does Wallace
and gets
not...
them ready for the show in about 5 minutes.
Oh, no.
Well, in about a minute. It gets them ready for the show in the theme song.
But do they get deposited in the breakfast hall of the place to have a nice breakfast in your lovely hotel?
No.
Perfect.
They start presenting a TV show.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. I am a bit worried about the different shoots going to different places because unless we can automate this, I know I'm also attacking my own idea here. Hopefully we can automate it because otherwise everyone dials in what time they want in the morning and then like the night shift of the hotel have to go around readjusting what shoot goes where, like who's going to what room's going to cars, which rooms are going to breakfast.
You have so many automated processes. Why have you now decided that this bit is done by people?
I don't know. It's just funny to me, I guess.
Look, sometimes you get your 80% automation and you're like, we're done.
We're done.
Like, the next bit is a manual task. Don't worry about it.
But literally the sorting thing on conveyor belts is how huge airports work. And you're just
Yeah, good
oh
point.
no, we'll get blokes to do that, sure.
Oh, yeah, okay, we put the no shoots onto conveyor belts to the right place. Perfect.
I was thinking you just do it like train tracks. You just have like a lever that changes which chute they go down. Every room has 3 chutes or whatever.
Yeah, but someone has to pull the lever.
Yeah, obviously.
Because, like, in Wallace and Gromit, Wallace wakes up, presses a button, so it's not, like, done in beforehand, and doesn't Gromit have to pull a lever?
Oh, maybe.
I could have sworn there was
Yes.
one manual component.
Yeah, that does feel like a thing that would happen, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things we could do is we could put the breakfast room on like a conveyor belt so that your breakfast chair is on a conveyor belt, which also reduces your breakfast time because you've only got one chance around. So you have to grab the toast when you grab the toast. You have to grab the scrambled eggs when you grab the scrambled eggs.
And that moves over to the car shoot. So when you finish breakfast, you then go bed, shoot, breakfast, along tracks, shoot, car, leave. Perfect.
Yeah.
I do like this. I do think the funny bit of it is that as your hotel gets bigger and you begin to have to add extra and extra things to this system, the more things you add to it, the more likely it goes wrong. And the person that's trying to be directed to the swimming pool gets put onto someone else's car. The person that was actually wanting to go to breakfast has ended up in the swimming pool.
The fact that you've included a swimming pool means that someone's going to want to be woken up for their business meeting and just get plonked into the swimming pool, briefcase and suit on.
Yeah.
That'll be a wake.
Look, these are perfect because these can add comedic moments, shared experiences. You can go back home and you can tell your grandkids about what happened when you got put into the swimming pool in your business wear.
It starts off as an actual business venture and over time ends up a gimmick.
Yeah.
Also, briefly going back, you can solve the teeth cleaning problem with the gunk gun again. Just fire toothpaste at people.
And then mouthwash afterwards. Yeah, just double tap.
Yes, because the only thing that cleans your teeth is the toothpaste going onto you.
Well, you fire the toothpaste, you fire a toothbrush across their mouth, then the mouthwash, and then some water just to blast out 4 guns in a row. Perfect teeth cleaning system.
What about the floss gun?
Oh, God.
All right, 5 then, 5.
It's the floss grappling cooker. It shoots it and then pulls it back, and then shoots it and then pulls it back.
Oh
and
my
then shoots
god,
it
that's
and then
the
pulls it
worst
back.
thing I've ever heard.
Can we move on, please?
Right. Your suggestions have been noted, calculated, tabulated with the suggestion noter, tabulate, calculate O-Matic.
Oh, sorry, they're called Motel-O-Matic.
Yes.
Understood.
The judges have made their decision, and we have decided to move forward with the Knit-O-Matic automatic canned jumpers idea.
Hey!
We think that there is a big market there, and we're so pleased to have you on board, Paul.
Yeah.
Everyone else, you're fired?
With or without the cannon?
With the cannon, of course.
Okay.
Good. Otherwise, I was out.
Wow, you really made a choice there. It's not firing tins at people.
It's those military. It's the military funding. I'm pretty sure of it.
We can't discuss our funding.
So apart from this lucrative contract, what else have I won?
Of course, you've won the lucrative contract. Unfortunately, 99% of those proceeds will be going to the inventor, and we'll take the 1% cut for being the company that does it.
Ah, classic.
But we do have
There we
the
go.
prize of this lovely chicken disguise / rubber glove.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
It actually fits. Amazing. On my tiny, tiny head.
Wait, it's the prize one glove.
Yes.
One glove.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with not having won this one. If that's the prize, all good.
But it's the perfect disguise, Jamie.
I'm going to go and rob a bank.
You might get away with it too. It was some meddling Yorkshireman and his dumb dog.
Wow. That was great. That was good.
Thanks for listening, Anonymous Data Point. I know everyone tells you this, but as a tiny independent outlet, we really do need your support. So if you've enjoyed this stupid episode, please subscribe on whichever platform you're listening on. If you're feeling extra generous, you could rate and review us on Apple and Spotify. 5 stars, please. Or more importantly, you could recommend this show to a friend. Regardless of whether you do any of that, we really appreciate your listenership, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Well, you'll see us anyway. I mean, not see exactly. Nah, you get the idea. I don't know if it counts as an invention, but again, I always want to bring up the best scene in possibly all of cinema, the laying the train tracks. It's like, I
yeah,
don't know if
that's
it's an invention,
fantastic.
but
It's
like,
not an invention.
no, but
It's
the model
it's just a
train,
model
just
train.
rapidly putting it down, getting where you need to go would be such a funny I don't know how you would use that.
We could replace Network Rail with that and save the government millions.
Yeah, you scale it up with self-laying. Wait, they're called tanks.
What?
True.
That's what caterpillar treads are.
Oh my god,
The military have got us again.
You mean there's just dogs inside the tanks laying down the caterpillar train?
Yeah.
I'm breakneck speed. Oh man, I need to watch. I want to catch up before. I mean, this is coming out after Vengeance Most Fowl, but like, man, if any of these come up again, it's gonna be great. I want to rewatch all of Wallace Gromit because they're so good.
Yeah, I was halfway
pure.
through this.
So
I thought we
pure.
were just going to have a break to watch Wallace and Gromit.
They're such pure comedy, like the loveliest way.